Carnage has been added to the scene as our
Ice and Carnage.
Yes, Ice and Carnage. I'm sorry.
It needs to go down.
As our intrepid, I don't really want to call them adventurers because we haven't learned too much about them quite yet, have dispatched with their immediate danger, leaving only the slowly dying fires of the carriage and caravan to really retain the scene from the newly added Squawker Birdman carcasses. What is it that you guys would like to do?
The judge will first turn to the smoldering wreckage and give one last rites to the general direction, because they all need to be given their forgiveness and their basically they get a free pass because they died in a very terrible way and they should not be held accountable for the sins of others. As the judge does that, he will then turn to the whining couple. Do you need attention? As he steps to...
I look towards the judge. Yeah, I guess he does. His leg is looking even worse as you start to see it's bleeding even harder. His white fur is now becoming even more red.
I see. As he takes off the ringed glove, and it falls heavily upon the ground, and goes to pat the dog very gently and lay on hands.
Yep.
So as you actually start doing the lay on hands, he actually kind of moves his head into your palm as like it's getting more pets, like it loves getting pets. Like, oh God, pet me. Is this enjoyable?
Damn. All right. So, what does it look like when you channel the power of your god deity figure, whose name I'm totally not scrolling up through Skype chat to find?
Grand King Astoro Malleus.
Yes. What does that look
Yeah, whatever
like?
that is. Whatever that means.
He pats it on the head in a very you have been found innocent type way, and scratches the back of the ears as he closes his eyes and shunts the power of the Grand King through himself into the dog and heals him for
plot amounts of damage.
For plot amounts of damage, yes.
Yeah.
I love plot. It's my favorite thing not to resist.
That's a lie.
Summer, stop lying. You know you need to stop.
And he
So
stands
as
up, puts the glove back on. Does anybody else need help?
the dog whimpers as he's going for another pet.
There's the subtle and potentially gross nuzzling of the cold, wet nose.
Aye, boy, it's okay. You did good. Thank the judge for the help as you received. As I said, another pet.
Johan, let us look into this. As he waves his hand dismissively at the wagon. We must find out who owns it and bring them to justice.
You're breaking up a little bit there, Pulse. Johan, I imagine you would then follow through?
Johan is going to walk right over to that smoldering wagon. Okay.
Uh-huh.
He's going to pull out a cigarette, light it with the ashes, put it in one of those extra long cigarette holders. He's staring at the wreckage and starts interrogating it. My name is Johan. You will tell me what I want to know, and we will have no problems. If you don't tell me what I want to know, I put you in the cooler. And he starts like sweating the burning rubble.
Sure. Do you want to go ahead and roll your plus wisdom?
Yes, please.
Is he saying to a bunch of dead people inside the caravan?
No. I'm talking specifically to the rubble.
Oh, gotcha.
Not even the dead people. So I'm trying to mad dog this rubble till it tells me what I need to know.
It's
and
not
that's
gonna do
minus
anything.
1.
Mm-hmm.
5. Nailed it.
Well, good news. you get experience.
Not one.
God.
Yes. Any one of us.
So, given what the judge has declared earlier that he had seen a little bit of here, I imagine you picked up a little bit of his prayers, perhaps. Somewhere in here, you're going to find a piece of evidence that proves him wrong, but what you find is also not correct. So you will have two wrong theories about the situation.
Ah! I pull
How
out
what?
what looks like a playing card. These men were obviously gamblers. They challenged the Duckmen to a game of baccarat and lost. They would not pay their debt, and thus they were burned alive. Clearly, that is the answer.
On top of the pink color? Wow, these guys were asking for it.
As
Lee,
the glowy eyes dim almost imperceptibly and blink a bit. As the judge tries to process this.
So do I.
Clearly, that is what happened. Clearly! You see? I reach in, I find, like, what is obviously not a poker chip. A poker chip.
I look at Leek real quick. Is the carriage still on fire?
Oh, yeah, it's on fire.
It's on fire, but it's not the flaming inferno you perhaps thought it was originally.
Yeah, I look at Leek. Leek, remember all the times we've
Mhm.
gone for training? Remember the
Yeah.
ice storm you produced?
Yeah.
Would you mind throwing it over the carriage to cool it off?
Oh, shit, can I do that?
Sure,
I
why
don't know.
not? Do you want to?
I would take my gigantic sword out and do like a fancy twist and turn as I overhead bring the sword down near the caravan. It's just like a burst of cold air.
Tomar ducks because she's a little bit wild with her overhead swings.
Sure. Do you want to go ahead
And maybe
roll,
it puts it out.
Do you want to go ahead and roll your plus spell casty-ish type thing?
Let's see. Spellcasty-ish type thing.
Yeah, that plus technique thing that you roll. I believe it's intelligence.
Yeah, a lot of them are intelligence.
Yeah.
Most
You
of
wanna
them
go
actually.
Go
Sure.
ahead and roll that, and we'll see how much oomph you put into this.
Lots of oomph.
Lots of oomph.
Nice.
So yeah, you are able to coat the fire in a bit of frost. You roll high enough, so it probably actually is just frozen fire now because that's cooler.
Nice, that is cooler. Oh, sorry.
I look at Tomar. As Tomar looks at Leek. Don't worry. It looks a little bit better than before. Tomar comes walking up to the fire, and as there's like little pats of like embers, he just kind of pats it real hard or to smother it just a little bit.
Yep, the ice will crack under your pressure because it's little sheets of ice.
And Tomar will actually look inside and actually do his. Is it discern realities? Yeah, let's see if I can actually do it because we all trailed.
It'll be great because now you'll have 3.5 theories, and only one of them will be correct.
So let's see what I have. I have a +1. Okay, let's go.
Yep.
10.
Excellent. You may ask me 3 questions from the list.
Okay. What is here that when it is not appears to be?
So, as you're kind of rifling through this stuff, you will find a plotly, like how in the movies they rifle through rubble, and then they find that 1 3/4 complete piece of proof or plot, as it were, to show them undeniably that it was
the one piece of the journal that has not burned in the fire.
exactly
Like Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
exactly that one singular thing that, despite all odds, should have actually been destroyed is not. But you will find a signet ring of an officer from Lord James the 17th, tyrant of the Borderlands and criminal in the Lord's eyes.
There is definitely a silent growl coming from Tomar as he does that.
Clearly,
Jeez,
this
dude.
was the ring of a gambler.
I mean,
Uh,
he might have had a gambling problem. You don't know him.
To tell you the truth,
Really?
it's still true because King James did gamble a lot of things.
Clearly, this man is a gambler.
Tomar agrees. Yes, he certainly is a gambler, and he's kind of says, "Judge, take a look at this and see what you think." And he tosses the ring over, and he still is going through the rest of the wreckage because I'm going to ask my meaning too.
Go ahead.
You can ask your turn.
So what is here that is useful or valuable to me?
Useful or valuable? But we've already used the plot of finding the one interesting thing. So coming out of the, like from the carriage back into the world, as you have, like, all right, I've looked through here, and you coming out and just you make that step out, you will notice that there is a small box that has fallen to the ground that has maybe been thrown, maybe fell, maybe was like on the roof with some of the other belongings when the carriage shifted and everything kind of went a tussle. Maybe it just fell a little bit farther, but it's by a let's go with a small bush that is kind of poking out of.
Let's just say I'm still going through the caravan as the wolf, as my Toasty has actually wound up feeling a little bit better. Finds a small box inside the bush. Actually takes his teeth and actually bites the box and actually brings it over. Ah, good, Toasty. It's good, boy. No, let me see it. No, don't bite into it. No. And I'm sitting here trying to wrestle with it because it's like, it was a chew toy. I finally got one. And Kate pulls it away. Huh, it's strange. Looks around, sees if he could actually find a latch to open.
It
Does
is
so?
It is in fact locked of some variety.
I sit there and I'm like, oh, I cannot open it at this point in time. I will hold on to it for later use, and I will put it in my adventures bag at this point.
So you have
As I
mysterious box from the flaming carriage.
So as I take a look around my surroundings real quick, and I said, I appear in my surroundings. What should I be on the lookout for?
So these guys were ambushed from somewhere, and as you are looking around, you'll notice that there's a it looks like a set of shackles or manacles that, well, let me ask you a question. The tyrant, Lord James the 17th, he's of the Borderlands. What are the lands that he borders?
Ooh.
The wild north, the cold south,
The ice
The
forest
exact-
in the cold south.
the ice
I
forest.
really
and the
want to
cold
go there.
So let me ask
And
you this
the-
then, Leek, because that makes a great transition, is this ice forest of the south, who rules that land that may have beef with Lord James the 17th, tyrant of the Borderlands?
Go past me. I'll figure it out.
Wait. How about how about the Viceroy of the South?
The
one who
Viceroy.
actually-
That is a wonderful title.
Ooh, a viceroy.
Yes.
The Viceroy, yes. Viceroy Winterfell is neighboring Johann van Lavenstein's country.
Lavenstein, do you know anything about the Viceroy Winterfell?
He's a gambler. No.
He's like,
Apparently,
it's great.
yeah.
It's good times.
I'm gonna work in some type of backstory where like gambling ruined my family or something. You know. Okay. The Viceroy. God. Sorry, I'm quickly trying to find a picture of the Viceroy from
Sure.
Phantom Menace.
So, while you're digging for a terrible picture,
Does he have a super offensive accent that is obviously terrible?
No, we certainly gotta make the GM do that now. Some terrible accent.
If you encounter the Viceroy, he will do an accent. How's that?
Okay.
I can't
Well, because
promise
I
that
c-
it'll be any good, because chances are when these Dungeon Roll Nights happen, drinking will be involved. But
This is who already started.
Okay, so obviously Johann comes from the land of
The snow.
Krautzer. No. Krautz and Schnitzel.
Assenfuga.
Krautz and
I
I like
Schnitzel.
I like Spetzel.
Schnitzel.
Schnitzel.
Now, here's the thing
Schnitzel?
people don't know.
Oh.
Everyone from Krautz and Schnitzel, okay, we all have like a sixth sense where we kind of know where each other are.
I
at
didn't
all
know that.
times. Yeah, no. It's you can always walk into a bar and you just know. You give them the
So-
crazy eyes.
it's a distinct odor, perhaps.
Distinct odor and just kind of it's almost like being a Highlander. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You-
I
you
love and
know
hate
when you're-
everything about this.
You know when you're in the presence. So if this guy is say like a few miles away or something, I might be able to get a little whiff in the air.
You may use your Schnitzel to find the Schnitzel.
What do I roll for that?
Spetzel.
We'll worry about that when it comes up.
Plus
Okay.
Spetzel.
Good to know. So I'm sniffing out Viceroy Gambler.
So, the shackles that you found have the markings of this. What does a Viceroy roll over?
I don't know.
India, last time I checked.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Trade Federation.
Trade.
The Trade Federation
It's
of the.
It's a regal official.
Is a regal official who runs a country, colony, city, or province in the name of and is a representative of a monarch.
Oh,
Excellent.
The
So
Trade
he's-
Federation.
so he's actually not the top dog.
Yeah.
He's just like the first.
He's the number
top
two
dog.
that rules over that land. Yeah.
Excellent. So,
But he still has a problem.
you find the markings of that dude, Viceroy Winterfell, on those shackles. This is not something that is unusual, but finding a ring of Lord. I should really get out of the habit of pacing as I do this kind of stuff. Lord James the 17th, Tyrant of the Borderlands, finding the ring of one of his moderate officers, and the shackles of.
Is it a unique ring?
Aha!
We will get to
That
the ring in
means-
just a moment, for it was given to another party member.
The
Yes, it
Viceroy
was.
must be close by because the land of Winterfell. They have a fort close by. The name of the fort is far from Poopin.
Fort Fontainebleau.
So,
I think I've
from
heard of
the-
that place before.
From the looks of things, a prisoner has escaped, and
Oh no.
maybe shed the last bits of his identifying features in an attempt to, who knows.
Get the hell out of there.
However, Mr. Judge,
The judge will look at that ring quite studiously and
if you wish to spout lore, this ring does remind you of someone you may know very intimately.
Dun dun dun.
Good news. Mark
He's
experience.
gonna level up this game. That's what he's
I'm
gonna
gonna
do.
level up hardcore in this game. Like you have no idea.
Bad news. This ring is not who you originally thought it was. You thought it was like one of their lieutenants or something, but
Mhm.
it still is. But could you tell me about one of your friends or perhaps even lovers that you had an argument with and may have been over before you became the judge you are today?
Lord Vita Vega.
Oh man.
If you need a moment, we can cinematically cut to that shocked look on your face as everyone else is kind of milling about the area.
Is previously maybe a nun of one of the churches he was part of.
What if it's the Viceroy?
No, it was Lady Coer.
I'm gonna need you to write that down because I'm never gonna remember it.
Coer.
Don't
Coer.
worry.
How's that so hard? Coer.
Because I'm never gonna remember anything revolving around this except for wonderful XP for all of the dramatic story moments. I was like, I want
This
to
is
find
the
out a
seal
thing.
of Lady Coer. She was my first love. Torrid as the relationship was. We loved each other until her father married her to the Viceroy.
Oh no.
As he looks off to the south in a very pointed type look that you're sure he's reminiscing about that one great afternoon they had.
There's a slow motion soundtrack of, idyllic music. What's the instrument that was playing, or at least in your flashback?
In the flashback, it was definitely a harp.
Excellent. I picture you skipping through knee-high grass and chasing butterflies and
Yep.
all of
To
that.
the sound of a happy harp. Yes.
All of that horrible, wonderful stuff.
Yes.
So you feel, looking around at the evidence presented before you, that this ring is perhaps her ring, and that when presented with the shackles and the rest of the situation, she was a prisoner and has broken free. Although how everything got lit on fire, well, who knows?
That is a mystery. Tomar, do you think that you could track the one that escaped?
Do not move. Let me walk around and let me see the trails as I sit there and try to look around and see if there actually is any more footprints.
You actually have a tracking-based thing on your basic class moves.
So I'm going to roll 2d2 plus 1.
2d6 plus wisdom.
2d6 plus wisdom, which will be a 5. And there you go.
I love all of so.
You love all
7
of it,
plus
by the way.
stuff on a 10 plus other stuff on a failure. XPs.
Counting it. I'll
So-
take it.
The question I have for you is: you're able to find a trail and you're able to follow it for a little while. What did you find at the end of the trail that you do not want to reveal to the judge?
Oh, so as we're taking a look at the feet, you actually see dead underneath the bush is one of the padded feet of the birdman, who's actually wearing what apparently looks to be high heels. And I basically turn over the bush at this point in time. I see the birdman kind of flies all over it, wearing what apparently appears to be like blue high heel shoes, something of maybe Lady Coer once wore. I quickly put the brush over. The trail ends here. Do not know where further it goes. Hello?
Yeah,
Yes.
no, we heard you. I was just waiting for somebody else to chime in.
Shame. She will no doubt be going to the closest established place, as he looks back to Johan. You said that it was far from Poopin. How far?
Far from pooping.
What you
I'm
don't know
trying to think of a constipation joke.
I'm pretty
I'm trying to think of
far
a
from pooping
constipation
right
joke.
now.
Yeah.
there doesn't need to be a constipation joke. There could just be the follow-up joke of the settlement that is poopin'.
Should be
And this
milk of
is called-
magnesia based.
This is called far from poopin', for it is far from poopin'.
Oh,
No, I was gonna go with something about him needing more fiber. That was gonna be the
Do
name
you
of the
need-
town. Something
within the
needing more fiber.
fiber
Within the
shanks.
fiber of your being.
With every fiber of my being, I know that we are far from pooping. What do we need to do? Hold on, let me. Okay, sorry, let me catch my breath here. Let me observe my map. I pull out a map. It looks like a like kind of like a, when you go to Vegas and they just have the placemat. It just sort of like lists the hotels at like a cartoonish size that is not accurate at all. That's what my map looks like. Like it's got like smiley faces and stuff, and like X's, and like it's got like I drew like a pony on it and stuff. I believe the fort is 2 leagues in that direction, and I point to a direction.
Excellent. Do you want to do me a favor, since you know so much about Far From Poopin'?
Yes.
Would you like to roll plus intelligence to spout lore on Far From Poopin'?
I would love to do that. Plus intelligence, which is I just get to roll even, not even at a minus.
So,
Giggity.
odds of him failing at this point, I say pretty good.
I say 100% because it's
How
an important plot
dare you.
world development statement.
How dare you?
Oh,
Do
no,
I have
no,
edge? I don't have edge, do I?
Nope.
Bam, 5.
So, good news. You get to mark XPs.
Solid. I'm gonna level up soon at this rate.
That's kind of the point. The secondary good news, Far From Poopin's not too bad. It's a kind of a nice place, with the exception of that one beast that has been known to prowl the forest and lands near Far From Poopin'.
The
But-
sauerkraut.
But the odds of running into the sauerkraut at this time of year are really low. What if you want to tell me a couple of tales of woe and misery that people who have said to have survived the sauerkraut are? I couldn't imagine you guys running into it.
They're spaghetti monsters.
Seems like it. And anybody
Spaghetti
sauerkraut.
sauerkraut monsters.
The sauerkraut monster. He will steal you away in your sleep. Then he will bring you back to his lair. And he will tie you up and make you read old magazines for weeks at a time.
Oh,
Has
yeah,
anybody
make you
else?
read every bit of articles out there to make sure that you know the whole thing.
Can he also cook nothing but hot dogs?
Rats. He must have bratwurst all over the place.
I feel like after you are finished reading the magazines, he makes you into bratwurst.
Damn. Like
I-
Cersei?
Quick side note, I used to date a chick who ate every morning for breakfast cottage cheese mixed with sauerkraut.
Ugh.
Oh, cottage cheese sounded
Literally-
okay, and then you put
Yeah.
sauerkraut into it.
No, those are 2 things that should never be mixed.
No, that's gross. Does anybody else have any tales of woe and related to the sauerkraut?
Oh,
I know nothing of the sauerkraut.
it's actually sitting there as kind of with the spear kind of hanging high and tapping his chin as you kind of hear the bush kind of rattle behind him as the dog is slowly biting into the Birdman. I remember something of the beast. It was 9 feet tall, hairy like a wolf itself, shaggy to no end, teeth. And kind of with his finger, yay big, as he puts his finger against the cuspid. It said after you were able to read all the books, he was able to wash you, then eat you. Don't remember very well.
999. That's not the way the story goes. Okay. It was a long
Was he a
time
poker
ago.
player?
I was on a boat, and the boat sprung a leak. And I go right into Quinn's story from Jaws about the life vests.
No. It's got to be able to do this as I change it into Dory's story back from Finding Nemo.
Wait a minute. That sounds accurate. Yes, but let's go. Let us get these just 2 leagues. That's not even that far. Let's do it.
Okay, Toasty, lead the way. As you kind of hear another rattle and you hear a snap, and you see what looks to be like a bump, like part of the Birdman's leg comes through the corner. Ooh, did you just capture that? Either way, good wolf. As I pat it behind his head and make it lead the way.
Good news! There's a thing for this. As I try to find it. There it is. I'm gonna mark this
Bad
down.
news. You're gonna roll a 5.
No. That's also good news. Haven't you learned that by now?
I know.
first, before we do that, do the historic religious annals have anything to say about the sauerkraut, or perhaps a beast like it? It is fine if they don't.
I don't know.
There's plenty to work with already. I mean.
Yep.
So
So-
the interesting thing is, they sound completely full of shit.
Yeah.
How
So-
dare you?
So what do I know other than that they're completely full of shit?
Let's see. What would you know? Well, the size was about right, and the teeth are about yay. The magazine thing, that seems weird, but it does have the curious capability that you have heard of people falling asleep in its presence.
Hmm.
And
Maybe the magazine is like, like when you play the phone game and like at the end of it, it fucking sounds ridiculous.
If any of you feel sleepy, speak up. But let us go.
excellent. So
Sure.
good. Back to the previous good news. Dungeon World has a mechanic that is
Oh yes.
traveling via map is basically it. It is undertaking a perilous journey, and it is when you travel through hostile territory.
Territory.
When you travel through hostile territory, choose one member of the party to act as trailblazer, one to scout ahead, one to quartermaster, and there was one as a trailblazer, one to scout ahead, and one to be the quartermaster. Each character with a job to do rolls plus wisdom, and then stuff.
So tomorrow will probably be the lead scout along with his wolf, and he will actually look into his adventure bag and actually will bring out the. It's a rather large compass at this point. That definitely shows which way is north and has been known to work in all places.
I mean, compasses usually work no matter where they are, but you may go ahead.
Oh,
And
depending on how much
magnetism.
yeah, essentially, because if you go right next to like some cobalt, it basically starts spinning around.
So you may go ahead and write down your compass on your sheet.
I'm terrible at wisdom, so I should get the worst.
Don't worry. So
Roll.
is somebody else.
Oh, nice. You're
Um,
awesome at traveling.
so to give you a quick thing, the quartermaster reduces the number of rations required by 1. The trailblazer reduces the amount of time it takes to reach your destination. And the scout will spot any trouble quick enough to let you get the drop on it. On a 7 to 9, each role performs their job as expected. The normal number of rations are consumed. The journey takes about as long as expected, and no one gets the drop on you, but you don't get the drop on them either. However, if you fail, well, maybe it takes extra rations. Maybe something unfortunate happens to you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So if you want
So-
to, somebody wants to roll for something, and just throw a quick label on it, and we'll
Okay.
see.
Can my wolf support me in any way?
I think you actually have a thing for it. Let me.
It does. It rolls its cunning for Dora to do track.
Yeah, sure.
So.
Yeah, no, you may go ahead and add its cunning to your roll.
Okay. So, and I have the compass will probably give me another +1.
The compass will prevent you from getting horribly lost if things go horribly wrong.
Okay, will do. So I'm rolling 2d6 + 3. So here I go.
Yep.
11.
The game is really stringent on where it applies bonuses because it is a 1 to 6, 7 to 9, 10 plus system.
No doubt. That's why I asked.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yep.
And then who wants to be the other guy?
What's the other guy?
We have a scout, a quartermaster, so you would be the trailblazer?
Sure, I'm trailblazing. I also figured out my class and I built it incorrectly.
Awesome. Excellent. So you
Hey,
succeed.
there you go.
Judge Mathieu,
Thought it was easy, huh?
as you guys are traveling around, what religious holiday has your travel come across that required an extra feasting of rations?
A religious holiday. Oh man, I'm just really hungry. I didn't know there was a holiday.
Well, you're about to learn about the holiday.
Today, which is the 13th day of the 12th moon,
Oh shit.
is the day that the Grand King ascended to godhood. Of course.
So it's
Well,
basically
this
New
is-
Year's.
Yum, yum, yum,
Yeah.
yum, yum.
Well, it's not that it is New Year's. This is more like Easter.
Okay.
And so an entire sermon is done while on the move because the judge understands that these sorts of things have to happen on the move if you're going through hostile lands. But the feast cannot be ignored, and so double rations are given out. And as the double rations are being eaten, a sermon is being done, and he goes on and on about the greatness of the Astero Malleus and how his greatness ascended into godhood, etc., etc., etc. It's a good 4-hour sermon.
You are required to
halfway
eat through the whole thing.
Yes.
Halfway through the first 2 hours, there is actually Tamar's just sitting there, kind of holding onto his spear, hood over his face, and he's kind of here.
I'm just stuffing my face. I'm not. What king? What?
So, John von Lavenstein, how many days' journey was far from Poopin from where you were?
It's 2 leagues, which means that if we are in shape and used to doing marches, we should be able to make that in 2 hours.
Okay, so this is only going to take you like 2 days or so. Just because it's one of those things of, I don't imagine you guys are doing a forced march, and there's this 4-hour sermon that must be observed.
Plus, anything where we do a march should be some amount of time, or we would have just got there.
So a league is about 3 miles. So we have to make it 6 miles.
So
Oh.
maybe instead of 2 leagues, maybe it's like 40 leagues.
Under the
It
sea.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It was more that Rob had no idea how much a
League is.
thingy-majig is.
Because that's
Oh.
right. Imperial units are so far outdated, right?
A
mean,
league
in this
is
world.
a league is like pretty much how far a Roman soldier can walk in an hour, carrying his
Oh.
pack.
Man,
Huh,
those guys
I
are
never did that.
bosses. So-
3 miles in an hour isn't that much.
No, that's
No, it's not bad.
that's walking speed.
All right, well,
Yeah.
I'm a lazy American, so leave me alone. I mean, that being said, if I find out about a Pokemon that's nearby, I might.
Oh yes, I will
Well,
jog forever.
You walk 500 miles to. You'll walk 500 miles to it, and then you walk 500 more.
Hmm.
Yeah,
We
To
be
be
the, we need to be the man
who
who walked 1,000 miles.
I hate
get
all
over
of you
to-
guys because
Let's all down at Snorlax
Na,
store.
na, na, na.
Yep. So, good news. On the edge of the horizon, you guys will see the outpost of Far From Poopin.
Hmm.
It is a welcome sight after, well,
Wait, is this actually Poopin or is it far from Poopin and we're gonna go here and then go to Poopin later?
there's
I just need to understand.
I'm not really sure, but this is the closest settlement that you feel you might find Lady forgetted name Minage.
Claire.
Yeah, let me go ahead.
Oh, there, that was the easiest part. You remember Lavenstein?
It's written directly in front of me. It
Oh,
says
yeah, you're right, it
Johann
does.
von Lavenstein right there.
Yeah.
I have
you're right.
I have not yet copy and pasted it into the chat. But yes, this is the closest bit of civilization, and therefore the most reasonable place, which we'll see how reasonable things maintain being. But the only thing you guys have to be wary of is the sauerkraut.
Hmm.
For these are its lands, and you have
I
just the
don't like
last little bit
sauerkraut
to
very
go.
much.
So I would ask my wolf to take point and see if it's able to smell the sauerkraut as both sour and pungent from a distance
Rowdy?
away.
Sure. It
Mhm.
sounds like you're trying to investigate the situation or study a
Or
situation.
track it.
If you go
Yeah,
ahead and
I'm trying to think of the precise command to it, and I think is if someone were to roll his instincts, no, discern realities, which is still cunning.
discern realities would be plus his cunning or plus his instincts in this situation.
Yeah, it's cunning. So, all right, just roll it.
Yep.
10.
Excellent. You may ask me 3 questions, and I will tell you what your dog is. Oh no, you can speak to animals. Never mind.
Yeah.
And he will answer the questions, which means I need to come up with a Scooby-Doo voice really quick.
Ruh-roh. Ruby, what's going on here? You actually start hearing Tomar actually start speaking into it in his kind of that sort of language. Roshi, what is here that appears not to be here?
Eh?
Um,
Not training languages, Tomar.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Oh no, I'm speaking to Toasty. Yeah, you can speak to Toasty if you want to, but Toasty kind of does the head twirl like, what's she saying? I don't understand.
yeah, it definitely does the head tilt to the side thing. So you asked what is here is not what it appears to be?
Yeah.
With his keen and dog hearing ears, perhaps he was looking confused at Leek. Perhaps he was trying to listen a little bit better. You don't hear the sounds of occupation coming from the outpost of Far From Poopin.
Okay, so the next question I'll probably ask is, what is about to happen?
Well, you're what is about to happen? You will notice as you kind of look at him having this conversation, his eyes are getting droopy, and his makes a big dog yawn, and his tongue is kind of hanging out, and he's, you've been with him for a while. It looks like he's getting ready to go to sleep.
Uh-oh. I think the next one is, what is here that is useful or valuable to me? Because I'm about to say, I just found out that Portosi over here is getting sleepy.
Toasty.
What is useful or valuable?
Let's just say maybe something that keeps me awake, maybe not affected by the sauerkraut. That is wishful thinking for the player.
That may be wishful thinking, but I kind of like the idea. I need to think of what thing. Well, let me just ask you, what thing of the forest does Tomar not like to eat?
Tomar does not like to eat the bitter branches of some of the Levenstein tree that's around here. The Levenstein tree has
I
been
thought you liked nature on all its glory.
right, but sometimes nature must be able to feed you at this point in time.
So that actually gives me a great idea.
The Levenstein, von Levenstein has been named after the lands around here. So the trees around here has been named Levenstein.
I'm gonna make it a little bit more terrible, and there's gonna be. You see a tree whose leaves, the Liefenstein tree, are known to. While they don't keep very long, while you chew on them, they help you to ward off weariness and fatigue.
Oh, it's the cocoa plant.
I take a handful and just shove it in my face.
Nice.
Which is the good news. The unfortunate news,
It
however,
lures the fucking sauerkraut monster.
There's a reason why. There's a reason why they call this place Force from Poopin when you actually have these leaves.
they've been known to have ill digestive effects, which
Oh no.
with Far From Poopin,
Oh, you're far from pooping now.
you
For
are
sure.
far from pooping. The other bad news is you hear heavy footsteps coming out of the underbrush near you, and get that
Oh my god.
like sickly smell that could only be the sauerkraut.
Using my
Oh.
knowledge of the sauerkraut, I know that he can be impressed and enchanted with a song.
Oh.
So as you break into this song, you may go ahead and roll plus your charisma.
I spent money on that. My charisma ain't bad. Hold on.
As the rest of us gather some leaves.
Okay,
Oh,
so
yep,
first
yep.
off, this is gonna be an ensemble piece when we have to sing this. Okay.
Okay, I can definitely do that. But
we have
before,
the scene from
before-
Guardians of the Galaxy going on here.
Absolutely not.
yes, I was definitely.
Oh, bam! What about that?
Okay. You have successfully defied danger using charm and social grace.
Whoa, the far from poop and that. No. It's kind of like an old like German folk song, you know?
Oh, we're just slapping her knee. Nice.
Knee
Somebody
slapping and
pulls out the
hi-yo.
spoons and starts clinking the spoons together.
And like halfway through, you actually hear Tamar start yodeling at the correct spots at this point.
Yeah, the far from pooping joins in, man, or the sauerkraut joins in.
So
Oh, there's
That
there's
is
a small problem with the there's a small problem with the sauerkraut. There's a reason why you don't want to smell his breath. It becomes even more. It becomes even stronger as it starts to sing with you. It may
So-
not be near you.
the large wolf-like creature that is the sauerkraut does do that thing where it kind of tilts its head and as if a dog would in a confusion thing, but then its tongue begins to loll out of its mouth. The scent kind of lingers in the air a little bit, and it's, you know, you rolled a 10. It's going to mosey on up to John von Lavenstein and begin to do that annoying dog pant thing, expelling its breath into his direction as he continues this song. What does everybody else want to do?
There's. Well, let's see. I'm trying to figure out what's my.
Is this supposed to go away, or is this where we stab it while it's dancing?
I think it is good to endanger myself in combat when it's an unnatural threat. That this thing is the threat. And as it sits there and it actually starts to sing along, Tamar starts walking around the edge, and then starts to bring his spear over to it and starts to do a call shot against his head.
Oh, no.
Okay. As I
Slashing, not piercing. Slashing, not piercing. It's a sauerkraut monster.
Oh god, that's hilarious, and thank you for that, Summer. Let me scroll up to the called shot thing. I believe it's just plus your dexterity. And we'll
So-
see what happens from there. You said against his head?
Yeah. So here I go, guys. Yes, I got
So
an
with-
8.
So with an 8, good news. You have connected, and it well, more so Johan sees it because he is a little confused. I'm sorry, he's not confused. He is the one that is standing directly in front of the sauerkraut. You'll see its eyes glaze over for a moment as the arrow kind of passes harmlessly through it. But it does go through its head. Thank you, Summer.
Sorry.
Damn it!
What would
Now
the
you
rest of you
made it
guys like
bad.
to do?
My turn. I'm gonna play my character right this time.
Uh-oh. There's.
I figured out how. You remember when I was figuring out how to use techniques? I figured out how to do it because I read.
You read the thing?
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna slash at this guy with my
Okay.
arcane blade work, and I'm gonna. He has a shadow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna apply tethering to it if it works. Drop.
All right. So what does that
All right.
do?
So, all right. So this is basically where I fucked up. Arcane blade work is when you attempt to incorporate magic into attack roll int, and then it says 10 plus deal your damage on one technique, 7 to 9 deal your damage on one technique, and he attacks you. So it's literally a replacement for hack and slash.
Okay.
So he basically will attack me, and it applies. A phantom blade that looks like mine will stab into the ground at his in his shadow, and the shadow will basically act as a leash that is tied to his feet. And you can
Excellent.
only move,
Preventing from moving more than a few feet from their current location.
Yeah, so he can move around like a doggy collar thing outside.
Yep. He's got an invisible fence
then he-
going on.
And then he's, throws sauerkraut in my face.
He's gonna do something. Deal your damage, apply one. So yeah, go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh yeah, right. Duh. I did my
That
damage.
thing.
The thing I actually want to do.
Whew, nicely done with that damage to the sauerkraut.
Mm.
So you I have this perfect scene where you stab your sword into the ground, pinning the thing. Johan, you will see the sauerkraut yelp as it takes damage. However, it is still kind of standing there looking at you. Meanwhile, Leek, the shadow of the beast, turns around and bites at your shadow. So you're gonna go ahead and take 5.
Cool. Alright. I didn't know it could do that. Alright, take 5.
I didn't know it could do that either until you decided to attack its shadow.
Well, I attack it, and then its shadow gets pinned. But yeah.
Oh, I imagined as you the way I read it, it was
No, I don't lose my weapon. It's
no,
like
you're not losing your weapon.
Yeah.
I
No,
imagine
it
it kind
attacks
of
it
like
and it
Peter
pins the shadow.
Pan.
I mean, we can make it like that. That'd be cool. Where I attack its shadow.
Sort of Peter
interesting.
Pan's against you, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your attack pins the target. Yeah, it makes it sound like to me that you're attacking in a way where you're whacking at his shadow. But
Sure. It's all good. As long as
Yeah.
it hurts it.
Yep, it takes damage. It tried to hit you for 5, whatever your armor is.
So, question:
Oh,
we're still sitting there, kind of like dazed and confused. Does that actually do anything? Because they do nothing but stand there and drool for a few moments. So, kind of wondering.
So it has not attempted to eat Johan's face.
Gotcha.
For this,
Because I'm such a damn good singer.
Yep. However, once it's kind of one of those things like it was stunned for a moment. You guys had the opportunity to run. Instead, somebody decided to stab it. Granted, this
Yes.
version of stabbing resulted in a different way that it can't really chase after you. But
Yeah.
here comes
I like it.
Here comes the
Unless
question
someone
that
rolls a
kind
6
of-
against it, and then it gets away.
Here's the question that Dungeon World is really kind of founded on. What do you do?
What do we do? This is a good
Tamar,
point.
go-
Do we just murder it? Is
Looks at the rest of it and
Johan
sees the shadow. Tamar sees the shadow sticking around, and it doesn't actually move. And he goes, "Run, you fools!" And he starts bolting with his wolf.
I guess it was made for us.
Mhm.
But it's such a worthy opponent. As I look at Johan.
I mean, they were telling some pretty impressive stories, Leek. Like, they were making this thing seem to be pretty powerful. It's up to you guys. And Mr. Judge,
It's
or Johan, if you have something to do besides your
Leek. Your reckless challenging things that are this endanger us all. As he goes to grab Leek and bodily drag her away, because a force
Oh.
of 4, while formidable, is not. We are not made of the right stuff, as they say, to take on the sauerkraut right now.
okay.
um,
I get dragged away.
Well, I
Great.
feel sorry for I feel sorry for this poor thing. He was actually dressed up like a standard person because he's pretty sour right now.
heyo.
Hey, ooh.
Johan or Tomar, your compatriots do not seem willing to engage in martial combat.
Whoa.
So
First
Tamar
of
is
all,
going to pick up his
did.
wolf. And we're going. Nope, not playing this game. I'm going to run.
Johan starts bellowing even harder with his song.
Okay.
Trying to pull some type of, admittedly, I'm retreating as I'm bellowing.
So you're trying to allow him to hear the song at the same pitch and volume, even as you're getting farther away.
Yes, yeah, I want him to just keep going with that knee slapper. Okay.
Yep.
We're the
Keep
fun
slapping them
time
knees.
possum band. Okay.
So if you
With the
wish, you may roll one more plus charisma roll, and we'll see. We'll see if you guys are able to bravely run away.
I see nothing that could go wrong.
Of course
Nothing at
not.
all. Absolutely nothing.
And I don't have edge, right?
You have no edge, sir.
Bam! Another 11. That's what I'm talking about.
Nice.
Best
Damn.
singing voice ever. Are you sure I'm not a bard? I might be a bard.
I don't know.
We might have
will-
messed up.
There is a multi-class dabbler thing that you can pick as an advanced move,
Oh,
which will
yeah.
allow you to grab moves from other playbooks. So
Yep.
that's something to
Johann
consider.
von Bardenstein.
He's renamed himself one more time. Adore. Run!
So as you guys bravely flee the area, you will come up to the impressive gates of the outpost of Far From Poopin'. And that sounds like a pretty interesting time to kind of call it for the night, given as it's late. There was crazy stuff that happened, and
Good stuff.
there's a
It's
little
gonna
bit
get
that we
crazier.
there's some things to do because the session does not merely come to an end and you clean up your books. There is an end of session protocol. Let me,
This is how you get the extra XPs.
yeah, this is how. As I
The non-failing XPs.
right.
As we're traveling down the road, Johann starts scolding the rest of the group. All of you will have to work on your singing voices if we are to continue our journey together. If you cannot sing, you will learn to dance.
Do not mind the singing. However, we got to pick better songs. We do not know most of the
Nine.
Renstein songs out there.
You will learn all the songs, all
So
of the traditional songs.
We do not need to wear the what is it called, the traditional Levinhosen.
That was good. That was good.
first question I have for you guys, and this is a more of an individual question, but did you complete your alignment for this session, starting with Leek?
No.
That is unfortunate that you were drug away kicking and screaming from your
Yeah.
worthy opponent.
Yeah.
Tomar,
No,
you did not complete your alignment?
no, because even though I fought, I did not defeat the monster. We ran away from it.
Well, you were good, right? Let me find
I-
your alignment here. Endanger
My good is-
yourself to combat an unnatural threat.
I guess it's up to you. I mean, I
It
did
is-
go for
I
the aim
did,
shot
yeah.
for the head to
It's
keep it.
100%
is-
up to you.
Not up to me at all. It
Oh.
is up to you. If you feel that you have completed your alignment, you may mark XPs. Think about it. There's no right or wrong answer here.
Well, to be honest, the whole point was to keep it still and then make sure we can keep going, or either
Right,
that
but
or
did you
sneak attack
know?
and kill
Did
it.
you know for sure that would happen? If you didn't,
No,
I
I did
feel
not.
like you endanger yourself. You could have rolled a 6 and it could have attacked you, and then like I could have rolled a 6 and not done anything, and then
Yeah,
it could have attacked us, and
In the
Yeah,
scene
I
with
mean, I did-
Dunkirk, Yeah.
you don't know.
I did endanger at least the whole party for that one. So
Yeah.
I
It
There
say
you go.
yes. Yeah,
There you go. Then you
yeah,
may
there we
mark
go.
XPs. Judge Muerte.
Judge
Do you
Muir.
feel as though you completed your alignment?
I feel that I do because I denied mercy to those. At first, I thought they were intelligent brigands, so I treated them as such.
Then you may go ahead and mark XPs.
All right.
John von Lavenstein. Do you feel as though
Some
you have?
some people would say that me trying to sing to the sauerkraut was me pussing out, but I say nay. A worthy opponent for Johann is a Duckman.
It's a good thing
I like
that
that.
we killed some duckmen,
Does Duckman? Yes.
and it does
I like
not.
it.
It does not say how you must defeat it. Only that you believe that you have defeated a worthy opponent. So you may go ahead and mark XPs then.
And that is how you lawyer your way into XP.
You're only lawyering yourself, sir. I do not give these XPs to you. You only give them to yourself. The next one is going to be whether the 3 end of session questions, which is the first. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Oh wait,
Oh
yeah,
yes,
that's pretty
Yeah,
much
we definitely did.
for sure.
we learned a
Everyone,
lot of things about the world.
everyone
This is
may
the
go
first
ahead
session.
and
You always get that.
go ahead and mark XPs for that one. Did we overcome a notable monster or enemy? Note the word
Overcome
is overcome.
does not- Yeah, we escaped the sauerkraut monster. I think that doesn't necessarily mean we kill it.
Well, we overcame the threat it imposed. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I'd say yeah.
Yeah, it definitely once we found out that the dog was starting getting sleepy, we found the Levin
Lavenstein
branch.
leads.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you
Cool.
may go ahead and mark XPs for that.
Hooray!
Did we loot a memorable treasure?
Oh yes.
I think so because we got the ring.
Sure.
Yes. The ring of Lady Core.
There you go.
Can't imagine coming back in any way to do things.
No way, shape, or form can that ever come back to us. Not at all.
Oh no, definitely
No, sir.
not.
No, not
Never,
at all.
never.
So yeah, you guys may go ahead and mark XPs for that. That's the 3 end of session questions. The next way that we go through this is you guys take a moment, take a look at your bonds. First, do you feel as though your bonds no longer describe your relationship with that character? Has it changed? Ask that player if they agree. If you do, you both mark experience and you write a new bond.
Definitely not me. Nothing was
No.
resolved for me.
No, we didn't. Leak and Tomorrow didn't really get a chance to resolve their stuff.
Well, remember, it doesn't have to end in resolution. It just has to no longer
Right.
describe your relationship, which
Right.
could be it gets worse.
It's.
I think everything's the same on my end.
I think it's
Still.
been so far the same between us because even though I don't feel like there's been a change. It's still the same.
Sure.
Mhm.
John, Pulse?
No. Our relationships have not changed of the two that I have. So.
Not at
So-
all. I mean, he might be more impressed with my singing abilities at this point.
I'm actually kind of depending that if the judge and Tomorrow has actually gone to it because the King James has wronged us both. We shall be there when the king. We're still going after the king at this point. I felt like we have now another reason to go for it, as we now know that his lady friend is now involved.
It's a
we have-
worthy
now it's
opponent
no-
as well.
So,
That is no longer that is just no longer going after him just for our own gains. Is now we have a lady friend that we must find and protect.
I would like to add. Can I add one?
that was going to be the second thing, as John mentioned,
Okay.
is impressed by his singing voice. Does now you have the opportunity to write new bonds based upon relationships that were created or aspects of characters that were brought to light, like a singing voice.
I wanted to add that I'm actually the only reason I'm really traveling with the party in general is to seek out the worthy opponent, which is what's his name? I can't remember his name. Yes, that guy,
Lord John
Lord
the
what?
17th.
On the 17th.
Lord John the 17th.
Tyrant of the Borderlands.
Tyrant. Yeah, see him. Right. Nice. Wrote it down.
Excellent. So, you perhaps a bond as you have taken up the cause of the judge, or the judge's cause, or something
Yeah.
along those lines.
Yeah, I mean, I'm writing a sentence. It's more or less.
Basically that. Pulse, you feel like this is an acceptable thing since it's
Absolutely.
your god. Excellent. You may go ahead. That I guess Leek has taken up the call to arms or something
Mhm.
along those lines. However it is you wish to word it.
Okay.
Um, Johan,
Yes.
is there any new bonds you wish to write about the other characters?
Yeah, I'm good.
I think what to tell you, truth. I think we actually had a pretty good one at the end. That both Tamar and what's your character's name again? Johan. Johan said that he's going to teach us all of his native language songs. Tamar is going to
that's
teach him
right.
his native language songs.
So an exchange of song?
Yes.
John, does that sound like something that you would be into?
Yes, but I must be honest, I'm a ukulele player.
That's quite all means. I am definitely I'm a reed flute kind of guy.
Oh god. So you guys may write some bond pertaining to the exchange of musical culture. And if nobody has anything else, we'll just kind of bring it to a close.
Nice, nice.
I think
Awesome.
we nailed it.
So with 11 experience, does that level me up?
Yes, indeed it does.
7
news.
plus level, right? Yeah.
Yes. Good news. Go ahead and erase 10 of those. You are now level
Hooray.
3, sir.
Nice.
You may pick a additional advanced move from the 2 to 5 list.
And do I get +1 to a stat as well?
+1 to a stat of your choice.
All
Up
right.
to 18, I believe.
Okay.
Do you know which advanced move you would like?
Yes.
Which
It's going
move
to
is
be
that?
smite.
All the damage. Not one of them wussy healing paladins. One of them filled with holy vengeance paladins.
He is the judge.
Excellent. Did anybody else level?
I did not.
No.
Did
I
anybody
only-
else get 10 XP?
I only got total, I think 6 if me and Pulse is 6 if me and Pulse actually changed our bond. So I have not heard to
I know-
confirm. I got 5.
I know John got a couple.
Yeah, no,
he did
I
get a
might.
couple.
I might have 10.
Are you counting them?
I'm trying to look at them right now.
Okay.
Good thing about roll. You can definitely tell how they failed.
I'm not scrolling back up. Sorry, that's up to you, sir. Summer, how much did you get?
3.
Man, look at you not being terrible.
Yeah, I didn't fail. And I only got the 3 questions.
Excellent. So, while John does some math, I know Summer loves Dungeon World. What about the rest of you guys?
Yes, I do.
I enjoy it. It's
I
nice.
enjoy it
It's
too.
fun.
I think it's a good one shot when where we're not doing our actual stories.
It's a great fallback.
Yes.
I will put together
Oh.
a Google Docs that we can kind of correlate some of this stuff that we have defined about the world. Like Far From Poopin' and Liefenstein. And
And all the other fun names that we have.
yeah, no, it's
All
great.
the faux German names, which is just going to be great in the long run.
Yeah, it's gonna be something. Did you come up with a number, John?
I'm just bad at counting. Let's say 8.
Okay.
What?
He gave up on trying to go back and scroll through and count how many times he screwed up.
Oh.
You should be at 10, John.
I know
Okay,
he has.
Pulse is
I
better
know
at
he has
counting than
4
me.
minimum.
I'll just take
So-
10.
Sure.
Yeah,
Go ahead
if
and
you- yeah, you got 10.
erase those XPs. You may choose another advanced move from the 2 to 5 list.
Ding.
I will definitely do that.
Do you have an idea of which one you wish to take, or
I'm gonna need a.
you're gonna need
I'll
a?
know by next Friday.
All right. Well, hopefully. Oh no, we are playing next Friday, aren't we? Because Oz is out of town.
Yeah, Oz is
Oh
doing the-
shoot, I might be out of town too.
Oh, good news.
Let's-
You will have fallen asleep due to the sauerkraut's breath.
inhaled a little bit too deeply, you see.
Mhm.
You're like, we're here.
It is-
We're in Far From
it's-
Poopin'. Thump.
It is legal in 3 states, so.
And with that, I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording. Thank you guys for coming out. If you found this entertaining, let's not say whether or not it was enjoyable. Hopefully we'll be back to D&D and Shadowrun in a more regular schedule and more regular uploads to the YouTubes. I will probably make a separate playlist for this because I have this feeling it's going to be the oh crap, we don't have enough people game.
I think so as well.
And we'll see where that goes.
Hopefully we don't have a lot of people all the time then, huh? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right?
I mean, this works out because I don't do any prep, you know.
Yeah, because you don't need to do prep for Dungeon World.
No, and that's what also makes it great.
can do prep for Dark World. But yeah,
you totally
it's good.
can. And if I have the time and inclination, I will totally fill out a front and stuff for Lord James the 17th, Tyrant of the Borderlands.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
I was intentionally being overly grandiose with everything the character did because that's
Yeah.
As if
Which is-
Sir
which is
Theodos
definitely-
Roxfall is not.
All right.
I'm sorry.
I wrote
Seth,
it
you
in
were saying-
Roman numerals too. Sounds better.
Yes,
I think that's the way it was originally introduced to us as Roman numerals.
it definitely was. XVII.
Wonderful.
Good there.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, may all your hits be crits.
Never failed to do so.